Welcome back to JJW Outdoors. Justin here, and on today's video we are going to be taking this rope and tying the world's most simplest knot. I'm talking, if you are the person who can't tie knots, this is the video for you. Let's unwind our rope really quick. Let's just get a good length out. Toss that way. Okay, we are going to be talking about what's most commonly known as the granny's knot. Okay, the granny's knot. You take a piece of rope, you make a turn in the rope, you pass the tail end through, and you pull it tight. That is the overhand knot. Okay, the granny's knot. Now, why am I talking about this knot? I'm telling you, this knot is the most versatile knot that you can tie in the knot tying world. What do I mean about that? Okay, you can take a granny's knot and it don't matter what type of knot you tie, okay? I have tied the bowline knot a million times on my channel, so make sure you go watch my bowline knot playlist, okay? And I can show you how to tie this bowline. Now, like I said, we're only talking about the granny's knot, so don't pay attention to this knot. I'm talking, I just tied a fancy knot, okay? Now, if you take that overhand knot, you take your tail end, you're gonna be tying a backup knot, which therefore a backup knot is a knot that you tie here so it doesn't allow this knot to slip. Let me show you. You take your rope, you pass it over here, you just simply go inside of it like this, and look at, you tied a granny's knot. That simple. Do the same thing, you do it twice. Boom, 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 boom. I just tied 2 granny knots. Not 1 granny knot, 2 granny's knot. Okay, nice and simple. It does look like a mess, but here is my bowline. Okay, here are my 2 granny's knots. Now, that's not the proper term for this knot. It's actually called a half hitch. Okay, I just tied a half hitch. What a half hitch is just literally an overhand knot on your rope. That's literally all it is. Come around. I literally just tied a pretzel knot, as it's known as the granny's knot. So there's another term that people use. There's all these terms for these fancy knots out there, and I'm telling you, they're all pretty much the same. Okay, all I did with this one is I took it like this. Let me go from this perspective. I took it like this, you throw it over, okay? You don't mess with this one. This one is your loop, okay? You want to take your tail end, you want to throw it over, you want to come around, and you want to create a loop with this one being passed through, but we're not paying attention to this one. You literally just threw this over, you come back around, and then you take your tail end and you put it through. As you can literally see, that is a granny's knot. That is the same knot as me going like this and passing this tail end through. You can see a pretzel shape. You can see a pretzel shape. The only difference on this one is it's going around this loop. So therefore it's called a stopper knot. Like I said, I don't know all the terms when it comes to knots. All I can tell you is I can tie some knots. I like tying knots. And I hope this was a very easy, short little video for you, but it also lets you understand that you don't need to tie fancy knots to be able to tie a knot. All right, something I didn't mention yet that I should have mentioned right in the beginning. You can take this knot that we are talking about tying, the old granny's knot, and you can tie it within any diameter rope. So a lot of knots, you know, it's better if you tie them in a thicker diameter rope or a thinner diameter rope. There's really a choice there for you, because some knots do better with a thicker rope and other knots do better with a thinner rope. But I'm telling you, this knot is the one exception. You can tie this knot in any single diameter rope that you want. Okay, keep that in mind. Any diameter rope. Paracord, bank line, thicker ropes, tree climbing ropes. I'm talking any type of rope that you have. You can tie a granny's knot as long as you can make a loop and pass your tail end through your loop. It's as simple as that. So that, I would say, is a big benefit of knowing how to tie a granny's knot, or knowing how to tie the world's most simplest knot. And that is a big, huge benefit for you. If I want to tie this rope to this branch, and instead of doing some fancy bowling, some fancy, you know, half hitches and all that stuff, I'm literally just gonna tie an overhand knot. I'm literally gonna come in here like this, and I just created a pretzel. Okay, I pull it tight. You can see it's a pretzel. I come back on the rope and I tie another pretzel. Okay, you can see right here that the knot actually changes. It actually changes into 2 half hitches. Okay, 2 half hitches. Okay, then you can do it again. Boom, 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 boom. Now it's 3 half hitches. You can see there's 1 loop here, 2 loop here, 3 loop here. And I can just keep going all day with that knot. Okay, and you can just literally tie a bazillion knots in this rope. Okay, like you see there. And I can pull this as tight as it can go, and I can tell you what, this is the only part that got tight. This part did not. As you can see here, it's super easy just to undo. It might be a little time consuming because I tied so many different overhand knots, but I literally just tied, went like this, I went like this, and I literally tied a pretzel or a granny's knot right over top of that. That's literally all I did. So if you are not worthy, I say that loosely, if you are not into knots, if you cannot tie a knot, okay, this is the perfect knot for you. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And I'm telling you, if I get some good views on this video, I will go out in the woods, do a full-blown, I can probably tie this knot 20 different ways, 20 different uses I will do. 20 different uses. If I get some really good views on this video, I will show you 20 uses within 5 minutes of a video. Okay, 5 minutes. 20 different uses of the overhand knot, the granny's knot, or the pretzel knot. Okay, 3 different terms, the same knot. See you all in the next video.